What's good? Somebody got an echo.
They gotta be T. Always T.
Hello? No, it's not T.
I upgraded my internet, boy. I got gig speed now, boy.
What's
They
going
gotta
on?
be J. Man.
It's somebody. I still hear it a little bit. I muted
I'm
you.
turned all the way out.
But anyway, it's your boy Will coming to you from Houston, Texas, by way of Lake Village, Arkansas. I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm drinking on Evian water.
Yo, this your boy T out here in the A. I hear that echo too.
I think it's Swift. Remember Swift was echoing last time too.
Yeah. Anyway, out here in the A, I ain't drinking on nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? I might pull up a little concoction. You feel me? So we'll see. What's up? Shout out to everybody.
It's your boy Rob coming to you from Tampa Bay by way of Bolton, Mississippi. Went out for a little Father's Day dinner tonight and I drank a lot. So I'm on some water. Let's get right to it.
The prodigal son returned. It's been a while. It really has. I ain't there for the last week. I wasn't here even saying wasn't my dome. Yes, I feel your conscience. Still saying the shit that you wish you could say, that you would get in trouble for. I will take that bullet for you. Metaphorically, because not in real life, because I'm fucked up.
What's going on, y'all? It's Jay Ward coming to you from Shreveport. I'm drinking a little gin tonight. Just want to say that the NBA playoffs are rigged, and it was a conspiracy to knock my Mavs and LeBron out of the playoffs. So I'm on the baseball. I'm not watching any more basketball. I'm just watching baseball.
Watching baseball.
You know Jay Ward be on that foolishness. But Jack Crowley coming from the Jack representing, you know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing going.
T, why you didn't go to the game, man?
Listen, I was trying to win some tickets. My company be giving out the tickets to the game, man. I thought I was gonna be there, bro. I promise I did.
Everybody in Atlanta at that thing. That's why Corey Brown ain't on here, because he probably
Yeah, you know,
my boy
Corey Rich now, man. Corey the Rich Bros.
My boy still studying. I will say this: I grew up playing baseball, so I feel you, LB. And basketball has always been rigged. I don't know why y'all figured it out by now, but we're gonna keep this thing moving.
It's only rigged when the Lakers ain't in the playoffs for some reason. I don't know why they did.
If LeBron and Steph up here, it's rigged.
But we knew it was rigged when the Lakers were about to get Chris Paul, and they was like, "Nah, this bad for basketball." I'm like, "What?"
Nah, that was facts. That was facts. Yeah. That was rigged. And then they didn't want Kobe to repeat.
Hope you're
Kobe mess with that white girl.
No, I am I don't know who Jay Ward a fan of, but I was a Red Sox fan growing up. David or
Redskins.
Red Sox.
Oh, okay. I'm a Braves fan, man. Braves and Rangers.
I was about to say it's all about the Braves, baby.
All about the Braves.
I don't know who it is. But anyway, we're gonna keep this moving. So Father's Day is coming up. My boy Rob said he drunk from his Father's Day dinner. We see the post already. We see brothers receiving their ties, receiving their custody. No restaurants are full. I want to get y'all opinion on how would you like your Father's Day to go if you were
Hey, E, mute your mic. See what
it might be E. Yep, it's E.
Yeah, it's E.
It's E.
That Jake got set up since he got to his new crib.
He out the closet now.
Right, they think your internet. But brothers, how would you like for your how do you feel about Father's Day? Let's start there. When you see it on social media versus what you see in real life, how do you feel about Father's Day? And how would you want your Father's Day to look? And for those that don't have kids, E and T, you the daddy bros? I'll step daddy bros.
No, just so I was just giving a shout out to the daddy bro this week. That's all that name mean. You feel?
Let me change my name too. How would you like your Father's Day to go, and what kind of gift would you like to receive?
Y'all see Swift ain't school himself. I just want to point that out there.
Shut up.
Just saying, you ain't say you wasn't the kid, bros, the daddy, bros.
No kids that I know of. So, what you think, Rob? How would you like yours to go?
Man, so growing up, I was not a fan of Father's Day. I actually hated Father's Day because I had a strained relationship with my pops. And so when Father's Day came along, it was not a happy day for me. But once I got older and I had kids of my own, it became a happy day for one, because my kids are ecstatic about celebrating Father's Day. Every year Father's Day come around, like Vanessa, she couldn't even wait to give me my card until Father's Day. She gave it to me last week. And she was jumping up for joy. She was happy. She was like, and I read the card, it brought tears to my eyes, man. Like, I'm telling you, being a father is one of my biggest accomplishments because I work so hard at it. I give a lot to it. And I've missed a lot of my kids' life because I've been deployed and been away with the military so much. So when I do get a chance to spend time with my kids, it means a lot to me. But I don't want to be grilling for Father's Day. I don't want to be paying for a meal on Father's Day. I'm not a big gift person, but just someone genuinely showing that they appreciate the effort that I give as a father is all I care about on Father's Day. I know a lot of people on social media trash dads. They make the day out to be something super bitter, and I can't stand it because we don't do that on Mother's Day. So like I said before, I wish we would focus on the good fathers instead of the bad fathers, or the fathers that don't meet, the standard of what a father's supposed to be. But on Father's Day, man, whatever I get, I'm cool, I'm appreciative, but you can tell if someone's just going through the motions when they're trying to celebrate you for Father's Day, or whether they actually appreciate the father that you are. So like this year, I got a brand new grill. I got me a grill caddy. I got, my little knick-knack snacks and stuff. I just came from dinner at this Brazilian steakhouse here I've never been to before. And so, like I always tell people, if you're with a woman who understands the role of a father, she will always appreciate you for being the father that you are. Because there's a lot of women who believe that they don't need to have a father in their kid's life, and I think that is trash. Unless the father is a detriment to the child, because that's not always the case. All the brothers I know personally are great fathers. Like I don't personally know any deadbeats. I grew up around some people who are deadbeats who were in my parents' age and stuff like that, but I personally don't know any deadbeats. So that's how I would like for Father's Day to go.
And that's going to be my next question too. How do y'all feel about mothers celebrating on Father's Day because they're single mothers? But we'll come back to that. Jay Ward, how would you?
I just want to echo what Rob said, and a lot of it is about effort, which I think all aspects of any positive relationship is built around effort and focus. Like, how much effort are you putting into this thing? But like Rob said, man, I ain't trying to cook. I'm not really big on going out to eat. I would just like to kind of, just be around other fathers. I think that would be like an ideal type situation. We just, maybe one of us grill or something like that, but it's just a collaborative effort, and we all kind of celebrate each other, because just like Rob said, I really don't know any deadbeat dads personally. Growing up, I'm kind of me and my dad didn't have the best relationship when I was a kid because, for one, I didn't know he was my dad till I was like 12 years old. So, that was a thing or whatever, but he's not big on praise. And I think that kind of is one of the reasons why you don't see the restaurants packed out, because I know a lot of men from that generation, which I'm assuming that most of our dads are around, similar ages, 50 plus or whatever, 48 plus or whatever. And so that generation kind of like, oh, don't celebrate me, don't get me nothing, don't do this, don't do that, or, they kind of, dial back on being praised or whatever. So that particular generation is just not big on being celebrated and, taken out to eat or whatever. So I think that might be why the restaurants and stuff isn't like jam packed. But, I definitely would like, it's not about the gifts like Rob said, but just like some genuine appreciation. And also just to hear that you've been listening to me, because that's what I was going to ask. I'm like, do y'all drop hints to what you want? And not just for Father's Day, but just in general. Like, if you want a gift, do you like, ooh, that's so a nice grill right there. That one right there, that one that costs this. Like, do y'all drop hints or what?
Never. I never ask for anything, man. Like I'm always the one that's spending money on people, so I never ask for anything. Like she just kind of have to like just pick something you think I'm like, because I don't ask for anything, man. Because usually if I want it, I usually spend the money on the rest of the family, and if I want it, I eventually get it, or I just go without it because it's not that important to me. So I don't usually ask for stuff, man.
Yeah, and I'm hard to buy for. I think a lot of men. I'm trying to help the women out, man. I think a lot of men are hard to buy for. Because I know I'm kind of hard to buy for, even though I'm simple. But it's like men's sizes are weird and stuff like that. So I mean, it's hard to buy clothes for another person, in my opinion. So that could be it too.
But you would think if all the Rob kids put $1 in the pot to get him a gift, they could probably buy him the state of Florida. But
I was just about to say he probably could buy a new truck just off that alone.
What? Buy the whole dealership. Crow, how you feel about father? What would you want?
Honestly, just be around my son. You know what I'm saying? That's always my gift. Anytime, any moment with him. Like my greatest gift is simple. Like every time I see my son, he either takes off running towards me and running my arms, or either he da-da, and man, like when I say that shit is priceless. So just another, more time around my son. I don't give, like I say, honestly, I don't give a fuck about going out to eat and all that stuff. Just having that day with my son as always. I really don't care about being around other fathers. You know what I'm saying? Shit, because that day is just about that gift that God gave to me, which is my son.
Right.
Just putting in that time, and then also, even though I love my dad, and our relationship, had his ups and downs, I always celebrated my dad. He was definitely in the house. He didn't have the best example. Now that I'm growing up and knowing, and he didn't. It is what it is, but we definitely always celebrated him. And also, yeah, he wasn't the one to say, "Hey, I want this or get this." So shit, either we getting them some type of clothes or something. My daddy was a drinker back then, so definitely, he gonna get a bottle, clothes, a bottle, and keep it pushing. But man, honestly, I get my own clothes now. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I just want to be around my son as always and shit. So hey, but I appreciate those who shout out, men on Father's Day, who definitely celebrate and not just do the basics, with the tie and socks, and really put thought into get what you're getting, that gentleman that you feel is necessary to get something for it, whether it's your husband, father of your kid, or kids with an S, whether it's your dad, or some gentleman that but as long as it's genuine, you know what I'm saying? Women always want somebody to care about their feelings. Really put some feel and thought into this moment, this day, if you're gonna celebrate a dad. And if like they say, if you ain't got shit good to say on this day, just don't say nothing and let all the positive stuff hit the, you know what I'm saying, hit the net. I hit the air. You know what I'm saying? And if you are feeling some way towards your baby daddy, send him that message. You know what I'm saying? If you feeling some way towards your dad, directly send him that message. You know what I'm saying? Don't put it out there on the world and taint the world with your ways and everything. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I can continue on.
Jay Ward said, "I'm gonna ask too. If you don't have kids, but she call you daddy, do you get gifts?" Woo! I think you should, but you ain't the dad. How would you want to celebrate Father's Day? What's your idea of Father's Day? T, can you hear me?
I thought you said E.
I said T.
Nobody asked me that shit.
Bro, I ain't no dad, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got too much input on that, man. I just think that people need to really uplift all the good dads, you know what I'm saying? Put them at the forefront. Try to change the narrative, like my partner, he went viral, man. Because I sent this video of him crying at his son graduation. Y'all probably seen it.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my partner. He in the Hustle Hard campaign, you know what I'm saying? But I sent it out there and it went viral. He was like, man, why you do that? But then when he got all that love back, he embraced it, you know what I'm saying? He feeling it. I'm like, so that's what we need to do. We need to really try to uplift these good dads, these fathers, show a good image for black men, you know what I'm saying? And y'all women quit being cheap, you know, on Father's Day. Celebrate, do something for real, cause Mother Day be packed out, y'all. We go all the way out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to do the same in return. Real.
Hey, T, you see they created some type of TV show called Bad Dad Boot Camp or Bad Dad. It's some TV show.
Nah, I missed that one. But
that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always downing, and I think all of them are black men on the show.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always down and creating that narrative.
But if you look at the statistics, black fathers are more involved in their kids' lives than all other races. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like we actually drop them off at practice, take them to school and training and stuff like black fathers are doing that more than any other race. You know.
And we could talk. We're gonna segue to that in a second, but that's a good point. E, do you want to chime in on this one? E? No,
not really.
Okay.
No.
So let's.
He say he ain't buying no chicken nuggets, changing no tires, so ain't no.
None of that. That shit dead on arrival. Goddamn.
So why
E-Baby gonna come out and he gonna be like, so this little nigga boo boo that wanted me to change his diaper, right? So I'm looking at him like, a diaper.
You better crawl over there and get that diaper yourself.
1 year, bro. He getting 1 year, bro. 1 year.
Mm-mm.
After that,
1 year.
See, brother got to, yeah, he got to learn to change his own shit. You got to learn to change his shit himself. Shit.
So let's get into what he just.
You got to turn your kids into assets, not liabilities. You got to turn your kids into assets.
He gonna try
They
to.
put them in Pee Wee League football and shit so they can make millions of dollars. I'm just
He
starting a
said
little bit early.
You say his kid ain't trading Forex. He can't do nothing for him.
Shit, you need to do something. Learn how to code, do something.
At 1 year old. But
Yeah, he gonna be a savant. He gonna be a savant.
But why do black fathers get these bad reputations either on social media or in general? And why are kids overrated, right?
And he got about 10 of them too, don't it?
How single mothers celebrating Father's Day, because it's been a thing. It's calmed down now. But have y'all seen that lately? Have y'all seen the comments?
What happened?
Single mother celebrating Father's Day.
I mean, whatever. Like, what they want to do is they want to do like, oh yeah, my son is my king. All that old bullshit they be posting. It's just what that's their coping mechanism to when they realize they alone. You know what I'm saying? It's just their coping mechanism. I guess it's whatever. They choose whatever they do. It don't bother me none because I don't be. I grew up in a house that didn't celebrate a lot of holidays like this, so that shit don't bother me.
Yeah. But why do black fathers get these bad reputations? What's going on?
Because of past histories, a lot of urban legends, a lot of exaggerated stories. Now, don't get me wrong, some women have some real plights out there, but a lot of it is emotionally driven. Also, you got to go back to society taking the father out the home. So that can go even deeper. So, but it's just a narrative out there, and those who do have good fathers or good dads in their lives, however you want to term it, are their husbands are good to their kids, or who they fathered their kids with are good to their kids. Their narrative get drowned out real fast. So I think that's where it's skewed at. But that's why I said that's why I made that comment earlier. For everybody who have something negative to say, either send it directly to that dude, your dad, who you feeling that beef toward. You stay off social media, let all those who gonna uplift. You know what I'm saying? Send their shots out, post their pictures up. You know what I'm saying? That's how you kill that narrative. And if anybody posting anything negative, you know, and you seeing those who amen it, you know that they just toxic towards that type of situation. And that's a red flag right there. Because if you dating a dad with men issues, you know what I'm saying? That means she probably need to go work some things out.
Absolutely. Nikki made a good point too. She said that it's changing. A lot of the new generation men are consciously not making the mistakes of the past. Like they know how not having a father feels, so they're making a point to be there. And you are seeing it with those older and younger generation. Anybody else want to chime in on that one?
Yeah.
We all say that. I think we all have, you know, made that comment like, yeah, you know, we don't want to be like our dad. We want to be better than our dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think too, man. I think I just think in that situation, if you feel the need to post something publicly, you're just looking for validation. And like Crow said, he made a great point. Send that to him or to the people that person that you're just trying to prove that point to. Send that to that person, like, you know. But if you want that validation, then okay. But why don't you just go super hard on Mother's Day and be like, hey, you know, I'm just gonna step up for myself because I'm doing this, and this as a mother. I also do want to say that man, it's just so refreshing, bro. I saw this dude who, I wouldn't call him a thug, but you know, he is thug adjacent, but he loves his kid. And it's just like, I'm like, man, it's just crazy how it's just crazy how you in these streets, but you're doing everything you can to uplift your child and just make him a better man. And I'm like, bro, you haven't figured life out, but you have figured out that I want this young man and I'm responsible for this little boy. And I just want him to be great. And I'm like, bro, that's so admirable. Last night I was at the gym hooping and this dude gave out socks to all the little boys, like NBA socks. And I'm like, you saw another black man give you something that you value, even though he's not related to you. You barely know him. And he gave my son some socks. And my son like, ooh, I want to wear these every day. I'm like, bro, that's that village and we need that. Mm-hmm. My homeboy told me the other day, he was like, Ward, hey man, how you deal with your son is breaking generational curses. And I was like, what? And he was just like, yeah, man, kids go through their own traumas. Like I picked him up and carried him through the grass. Like the grass needed to be cut where we were working out at. And he was like, yeah, man, a lot of dads wouldn't take time to do that and just be like, man, toughen up or man up and walk through it. But he had on Crocs and I didn't want, I didn't get ate up by ants. And he was just like, that little bit right there, your son is just going to remember that. And I was just like, bro, I promise you, I don't even stop to think about stuff like that. And it's just those little things, which leads me to this last point. It's like being there financially for your kid is great, but being there physically is better. So you just want to be able to find that balance of both of those, like be there physically and financially as much as you can. Because, when I was a kid, I didn't care about child support. I didn't understand money. I wanted to see you. So I think that's something too that we got to work on with our kids.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
Huh?
Man, I feel like all of.
You said you were hooping. I don't want to see if you were lying or not.
Hey, we went 9-0.
But how many points
you got?
We was going to 12. No, we was going to 12. And I told him last night I felt like Chris Bosh. I had to sacrifice my offense. I was getting about 3 points a game.
So you okay, gotcha.
I was getting 3 points a game. We was going to 12.
Whatever.
I was he 25%.
Anybody else before we transition?
Who wants to smoke?
I feel like a lot of men in our generation around our age group are learning how to be a dad on the fly. Mm-hmm. We have no book. We have no, we don't know what we don't know what we're doing, man.
I'm gonna miss some of y'all. Uh-huh.
Yo, we really have no idea how to do this dad thing. But for all the men out there who didn't have anybody who showed them what to do, being present is the first step. I'm telling you. You don't know how far to push it. You don't know how far to bring it back. You don't know, if your tone is right. You know if you're too hard, too soft. You don't like me, man. I'm telling you, I'm doing everything that I can do from a blank slate because I wasn't shown how to be a great father. Like I was shown, the present piece, but being present is just half the battle. And so, man, we all learning off the fly. The second thing, most of us around the 29 to like 38, 39 age range had fathers who were alive during the crack epidemic. And when you have the crack epidemic, they were on crack, but it reverberated across the entire generation because they were adjacent to what was going on in the time frame. So they got, arrested for nothing. They got beat for nothing. They got locked up for nothing. They probably were doing nothing. And so it snatched a lot of our fathers away. It also gave them trauma that ended up causing us trauma. So as I get old and I recognize the issues I had with my dad and how he did with us, I have to recognize the era he grew up in and realize he had trauma he didn't deal with that caused him to be, drug addict, alcoholic, etc. And so you got to kind of give your pops grace, but you also have to try to break a generational curse and be there for your kids, set a positive example for your kids, and then try to, push that example forward so your kids can see your example and be able to, build off of what you started.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, honestly, and because when my son was first born, and I admitted this to my son's mother, I really had fear. Because like you said, you don't know exactly what to do. And I didn't want to repeat the steps of my dad. So honestly, I'm very conscious about and very mindful about my interactions, and like you say, your tone, and you're watching those body languages, stuff that your dad didn't pay attention to when you were young, your emotions. I allow my son to really express himself. Back in the days, kids weren't allowed to express themselves. It was just straight dictatorships. That's what the fuck it was. It was dictatorships, So I really allow my son to express himself, emotion wise. I listen to him, and then I explain to him what's really going on and try my best to stay in tune with him. And that's why I say I think that's like the greatest thing, just truly being in tune with your child, with your kid. Like you said, putting in that for real time. I tell everybody, me and my son, yeah, we had that false play time, but I really sit down and I have in-depth conversations with him, and push things and let him ask me questions and allow his emotions to flow and let him see me vulnerable. And and so I think that's the dash of this generation now, being conscious and mindful of the things that we went through, the traumas and all that, and making sure that we don't create those same generational curses or transgressions towards our kids, but also keeping that structure and boundaries. Now, let me just say, along with this love, there is plenty of structure and boundaries that is there. I'm not taking anything away, like, what was instilled in me. I'm instilling them same structures and boundaries. I only had to whoop my son once in life, and I ain't really had to whoop him. I popped him like 3 times for not listening to the teacher, and that was it. And he's 7 now.
Did y'all get whoopers as a child from y'all daddies?
Oh shit, boy!
On the one.
It ain't even called a whooping. I want to say it ain't even called a whooping.
My dad never whooped me or beat me or touched me, but my mama.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Don't you lie on your mama, Swift?
That whip, Swift.
My mama. Yeah. She might not be on here, so I ain't gonna talk about it.
She on here.
She good with that whip, Swift.
No, my grandma. What'd you say, Carl? What'd you say, Carl?
He ain't say nothing, man.
Oh. Do y'all feel those whoopings or those beatings or those spankings, did they help y'all or hurt y'all?
Hurt.
You say that one more time, Swift.
Did those spankings, beatings, whoopings, did it help or hurt?
It helped me to hide stuff a lot better.
It's a thin ass line. I'll say that much. I can say it had its moments of reminders or just making you rethink some things. but at the same time, it calls you to act out because of how, you know, like I said, it just won a whooping in my crib. You know what I'm saying? So you want to go release what has been put on you. You know what I'm saying? Onto somebody else, so you reflect that either on somebody in the family, in the community, you know. So that's why I say it's a thin line, you know, on how you do it, when you do it, the what you choose to do it with, you know. It's a lot.
And E, you was muted. I saw you was moving mouth saying something. Did you get whooped? I hope so, because Lord have mercy.
First of all, yes, I got plenty of them. Plenty. Some I did deserve, some I really didn't. You know what I'm saying? I think people just like whooping my ass for some reason. I don't know.
For some reason.
What's up, right?
We know the reason.
It was definitely
man, for real, I'm such a cool person. Like, I know, like, folks like just want to come over and like, man, let me get on your ass real quick. That's really how I felt. Like, nigga just look up like, man, I get on your ass. That's how the adults was in the crib when they were playing, come home from work, like, man, let me get on his ass real quick.
He didn't let kids that went in and out the damn house all the damn time.
Well, nah, so then shit, I started doing shit. Like, well, shit, I don't get my ass whooped anyway. Might as well do something. Shit. Might as well.
So you gonna earn the ass whooping, huh?
Yeah, but then like after a while, shit, it started working. Then we start getting put out.
Right.
So once again, y'all, I guess y'all saying that it did not help. Would y'all whoop y'all child?
Whoopings help me.
Whoopings help you?
Opposite. Yeah.
Like I say, it's a thing. It's a fine line. Like I say, for me, when my son told the teacher he wasn't gonna do that work, and honestly, the reason he told her he wasn't gonna do the work was because he had already did it once before. He knew it, and I understood why he was bored with the lesson. But you know, I had to teach him. You don't tell the teacher that you definitely not finna do something she put before you. You go ahead and answer it, and you know, move on. So you know. That was teaching him about in the real world at the same time. Think about it. His boss give him some work to do, and he want to, you know, come back. He could lose his job. It's a way of doing things.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's teaching lessons when to do it. And I did it right at that moment. I explained to him why I did it. You know what I'm saying? And made sure I put the work in front of him that he refused to do. And we did it right there and then. So, you know, a lot of people like, I'm gonna whoop your ass when you get home. This is no, you gotta get that moment. If you're gonna go ahead and get them, you need to do it within that moment in time. Yeah, give yourself time to cool down. You know, a lot of parents go into to folk mode. You know, give yourself cool down time and then explain and do what's necessary in a proper way. I'll say that much.
Dre said he disciplined all his kids. I feel you. Nikki say, hurt, there's spanking and there's beating. Been a lot of what I've seen us get beat for were more embarrassments to the parents versus correcting behaviors. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Rob, do you spank? I don't. If they gang up on you, Rob, I don't think we'll see you again. So
hey, I can sleep like 15 babies at once, man. I'm lethal, man.
Well, I'm about to say, you don't see them award, you don't see that stuff in the background. They ain't gonna try they dad.
Look at my wall.
They ain't gonna try they dad.
So I started out with my oldest, my 16-year-old. He used to get whoopings. This was a while ago. At some point, I realized that did nothing because all it did was made him sneaky enough where I wouldn't find out what he was doing until later. And so what I did was we just started doing PT. We do push-ups until he couldn't lift. We go outside, run like 2-3 miles, and then we have to run back home. I started doing things that would cause him stress as well as myself stress, but I can take the stress. He cannot. And then at some point, I started telling him, like, now, my son's 16, my stepsons are 14, about to be 15. I told them, I cannot fuss away something that you know how to do. I can't do it. I can't fuss it away. You will have to deal with the repercussions of your actions. And that could be anything from me stripping your whole room down to just a mattress or taking away some of the stuff that you have that, you know, is luxury stuff that you get, because I can make it painful. But at this point, I'm done with the whooping game. I hadn't done it in years, man, because for me, what it did for me was, like, I learned from my sisters getting whooping. I got one once, and the pain was so bad, I was able to fit everything that I was doing at that moment to the point where I wasn't doing it enough where I got in trouble. But I believe that other things are more efficient than whooping. And so if you are in tune with the things that you can punish your children with, like taking away TV, you know, taking away snacks, taking away iPads, taking away phones, taking away video games, all that stuff, I promise you, you'll see a change of behavior. Immediately.
Honestly,
Immediately.
Rob, I told my son one time, like after that time, this was probably when he was about 6, and he wasn't listening to his mom, and I had to fuss at him. So after I finished fussing at him, I was like, I'm real disappointed in you. And honestly, man, my son broke down like I had beat the soul out of him. He ran up there to his grandma and granddaddy, and what's wrong with him? And I'm like, shoot, I just told him I'm disappointed in him. That's sad and mad at me, and that right there, since, like I say, my son's 7 now. I don't have to do that much correcting. A change of tone of voice he pick up on, so
a look.
Look.
They have,
it's very simple, and then only one I got to keep in line now is Swift, but he's grown.
Hey, but nah, for real though, they had an episode of Blackish like that where Anthony Anderson told his son that he was disappointed in him instead of whooping him. Like, he thought he was about to get a whooping, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when he came to the room, he just told him, like, man, I'm disappointing you. And he started busting, like, crying super hard. And the rest of the kids thought he got a real whooping. But really, you know what I'm saying? The dad just told him, like, I expect more from you. So I get what Crowley's saying, man. That's real.
Yeah.
Let me go to the comments real quick. Mimi said, I would say that emotional verbal abuse is worse than physical abuse. Words cut deep. The body can heal physically, but your mental state, psych state, shaking my head. Dre say physical discipline should be a last resort. Nikki, okay, so too much information. Okay. Anyway, it's wild that as adults we understand drop, but expect kids to handle getting whipped and go back to normal like nothing happened. And I'm just now starting out on Billions. And
I don't know what drop is. Can somebody enlighten me? I'm not into that.
I don't know what drop is either. Okay.
Nikki, tell me in the comments.
I kind of get what kinky is. I watch Billions and it looked interesting, but that's another conversation for another day.
Man, hell.
Huh?
You weird as hell. You on that shit on them Billions.
We'll talk about that later. I rarely whoop. I would talk and listen. Some stuff I'm gonna whoop them for. My youngest got mad at me and had a kid and spit her. Oh Lord, she got hammered. Yeah, you can't do. Yeah, Dre, men should seek out fatherhood mentors. That's an interesting one. I don't know if we have father mentors in any communities. Have y'all ever heard of it?
We got one here.
I will say that honestly, with Dre saying that, Dre definitely had kids before I had kids, and seeing him interact with his kids and seeing some other family members and some of my other partners who were doing things outside of what we saw our fathers do, you pay attention to them in the distance. You know what I'm saying? And you know how they always say, when you think nobody is looking, somebody is always watching. It's just kind of one of those moments where you just definitely looking. And I definitely want to commend my line brother Dre. That joker, you know what I'm saying? He holding it down. He raised his son, now definitely raising daughters, a house full of estrogen. So shout out to him and happy Father's Day.
I ain't gonna address that comment. Mama, we gonna talk about that later. That's all I'm
What my baby say? What my baby say?
Crow. Drop is the negative psychological effects from a kink or BDSM scene. It can be very intense, and can take days or weeks to bounce back from.
Interesting.
That's interesting. Any final comments on this one, though, before we move on to this viewer question?
I'm good, man. I can go all day on this one because this is a passionate topic. But I will say that a friend of mine, Ryan Combs, he started a thing called Daddy's Day Out, and it's just you just link up on a Saturday with your kid and other like fathers, in particular Black fathers, and you just kind of vibe so that they can see other kids who have their dad and all that type of stuff. And it was a very positive thing. So there are communities who have that, and if it's not, that's something that you might want to foster yourself in your own community.
Okay. Any final comments on this one before we transition?
Nah, we good.
T,
He out there fighting the bugs.
T needs some off.
Chicago. So I'm gonna transition from Father's Day topics. So this one was brought in from a viewer, and she gonna know who it is if I read the question.
Oh Lord.
Question from a viewer: is that female you are friends with only your friend because she is ugly?
Huh?
I understood it immediately.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it.
What?
No, that's it.
This is your question. I'm ready, E.
I'm gonna read it again. Is that female you are friends with only your friend because she is ugly? So are you only friends with that female because she is ugly and not attractive and not someone you want to smash? E, you muted if you're about to say something. I see that look on your face.
Yeah, like, bro, like, and that's my homie. That's genuinely my homie. Why am I looking for more than just a homie in her, like, in the first place? So I wouldn't look at her like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. Look at my homegirl like, oh yeah, you finding a motherfucker. Like, I just don't see that. It's just like, it's like having a cousin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like you borderline family. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get that part.
Okay.
I disagree.
Go ahead, T.
That I guess this is like sort of with the platonic friend conversation that we usually have. Like, can your old lady have male friends that you never heard of before? It's like along them lines and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, never mind. This too deep.
I don't get it because I don't get it because it's kind of stupid because niggas got ugly baby mamas. So like, why is it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you even kind of like put that in the same category? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't add up. You know what I'm saying?
Because you gonna be attracted to a fine woman one way or another. Now, you know what I'm saying? She put you in the friend zone or you put her in the friend zone, that's different. But it is an attraction, So again, the chick might be your friend because y'all are not attracted to each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what she might be attractive to you, but to me, I just like, bro, I don't even look her like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that, E.
Because I got homies that got like some fine homegirls, but like they don't look at them like that. And then like I got people that come ask me about my homegirl. I'm just like, bro, I don't look at her like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And but that's what I'm saying.
It's kind of different. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the thing. You're not attracted to that person.
Because I never looked at her like that. Like, ever.
Right.
But I ain't never just like thought about like, oh, well, maybe she do look good. I never thought about it like that.
You must not be 11 yet.
She must not be
one at a time.
She not fine then.
I don't know.
I exactly. You don't know because she not fine then.
Like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? And niggas in the frat, niggas outside the frat, all of them be trying to holler. I mean, yeah, I'll throw you in there. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all business. You know what I'm saying? So if if she's still pulling, is she not fine?
She pulling to somebody else.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so like, if I'm not looking at her in the law of attraction type way,
let's hold on. Let's push. We got
how does it work if she's still pulling niggas though? So like, that don't mean she's not ugly, because if she was ugly, she wouldn't be getting no play like talking about.
Let's speed through this because we got someone coming on that's probably gonna spice it up a little bit more. Jay Ward, what you think?
Next topic. I've said my piece on this similarly before. It's all based off of how you meet and like your initial startup of interaction with that person. If maybe y'all work together, and I don't understand where he get these filtered glasses from, where he can't tell if a person is attractive or not.
Exactly.
But I don't know where you got them from. He must have got them from eBay. But you can tell if a person is attractive or not. But like I'm gonna give you this from a good friend of mine. He's an older gentleman. He says you got to learn how to appreciate without desiring. And I was just like, oh, that's some game, old school. Let me write that down. And he was just like, you can appreciate that somebody's attractive without you wanting to.
Other than your dick, man. That's the problem with y'all niggas, man. That's y'all goddamn problem. Y'all always think it's a chick want to give y'all some ass or some shit like that, just because she might have a shapely body or she might look worth that. Bro, it's not always like that, but it is like
I agree with that. But I mean,
her bet over on some petty shit because she broke the goddamn stapler in my hand and we both had to pay for the shit in college. That is how we met.
But that's what I'm saying. It's based off of the initial meeting. That initial meeting
didn't work out. It wasn't on that.
It's on that initial meeting. But if I walk up to you and I approach you, I don't think nobody's ever in the history of mankind approached a woman because he wanted to be a friend. Like friendship grows, but I don't think you've ever seen someone that you walked up to and said, "Man, you're going to be the homie." Like I don't think that has ever happened. But maybe with e-glasses, but with most people, I don't think that.
I'm saying it depends on the situation, because you could just be like, see, y'all could just be talking business or somewhere like a network meeting, like, oh yeah, you could be my wingman and help me get more chicks. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna slightly disagree, because you could be in a class with somebody that may know what they're doing, and you approach them just to get help with some schoolwork.
That's what I'm saying. That initial contact was based off of we have schoolwork to do.
Right.
Oh
man, y'all niggas is cap.
I have a certain guy around that I follow. Man gotta have a code. A wise man said that.
Hold on, Nikki said the only reason I feel my long-term male friends stay in their lanes is because we all met in high school and I married the crew. But as time goes on, I think they're starting to forget that. Hey, Lou,
that's a little different though. Like, you know what I'm saying? High school, you know what I'm saying? She the homie. College, she the homie. She was always around, cool. You know what I'm saying? But ain't none of that now. We grown.
Well, maybe she just she never just got, you know what I'm saying? They never had one of them kickbacks or whatever. She just never got it loose enough. Could be that.
Or she the gay homie.
What do you think, Bob?
So I agree with my LB, man. It's a lot of cap going on, man. I would say you can have an attractive female friend and not want to smash. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying, "This is my homie, good," and that just be it, man. Like, people are like, if you admit that your homie looks good, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue with that? You can still admit that, y'all still be cool, and you not smash. Or you can say, you know, one of my homies is okay looking, her body's bad, but she just like we don't have to
you tell people like
act like we're blind. We don't have to act like we blind just to agree that we got a female homie that's not ugly. Like we don't have to do that. Like, it's okay, we're grown, man. Like, we can do both. We can say she look good and not want to smash. Like, it's okay. It's cool.
Do you tell people that your family member is fine? Like your cousin or something like that. You tell
I wouldn't say she's fine, but I'd say she's a pretty girl.
Yeah. You say she's pretty. That's,
Ain't nobody
like you said, nothing wrong with that.
But I'm saying, all right, you're not but I'm saying, all right, the difference is saying that between somebody that's not your family, right, is basically saying that you're almost lusting after that person, right?
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
If you're saying that they fine, how do you know? How do you know? You have to compare it to something, right?
I don't know.
Some standard of beauty that you have to be like, okay, you meet this criteria, so that makes you fine.
I'm gonna go in left field here, and you're gonna kick me off of the show. I compliment my guy friends. I know which one of my guy friends are attractive and not.
This nigga. Yeah. That man still celebrating Pride Week.
Oh, I got
man, we grown, man. Like we gotta stop this linear close-minded thinking, man. Like you can do both. You can say that chick looks good and that's the homie, and not want to smash. Like who are we?
Let Crow get that one weird uncle. That weird uncle is a pedophile. That's what y'all sleeping on. That weird uncle is a pedophile.
Crow, final word so we can go to the last topic for the night.
I'm with Rob on that. Definitely, you can definitely have female friends. How you meet, that's on y'all. How y'all establish our friendship, that's on y'all. But if somebody was to ask you, one of the partners, one of the homies, hey, who was such and such you with, da 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 da. You know, you gon' hey, I heard somebody you was with, hey, is she fine? Hey, yeah, she look good, you know what I'm saying? Just as well, you know, like you said. All right, so put it this alleged group me that's out there. You know, some of the bros have said that I have fine cousins. Shit.
Same for me.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you can't. Yeah, my cousin's fucking fine. You know what I'm saying? It is what it
that's
is.
Your cousin. She's not your friend. That's your family. It's kind of different. You can't. Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm still like I said, as a friend, I'm like, I'll go a little deeper. I'll be like, yeah, I got a sexy ass friend, G. You might want to get on her. You know what I'm saying? She's single as fuck.
I do that sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're saying that she's sexy, right, that defeats what Jay Ward is saying, because he said that that defeats the question, because it don't mean she ugly, so that's not the reason why she your friend. She your friend because she fine.
If your thing jump, you're gonna smash.
Whoa.
In beauty, and to be honest, like
let's wrap this up.
What you all may think is, you know, what is ugly may be beautiful in somebody else's eyes, and what we consider beauty may be ugly in somebody else's eyes.
That's what I said earlier, bro. That's what I said earlier.
The question is she your friend because she is ugly? We went all the way left. We started talking about men, cousins.
We
didn't start talking about me and Jay Ward.
Let me say this, Swift. Now, you know, y'all know when you trying to run interference and you be like, man, yeah, bring your homegirl. The first thing she gonna ask, well, what your homeboy look like? You know the chick is gonna ask that. And then you gotta say honestly, like, oh yeah, he's straight. Like she'll like him. Like I know y'all done been in this situation.
I have not because I'm running the Swift system. I'm taking all of them. So
that's greed. That's a sin.
He who has not seen cast the first stone. Moving on. We're gonna wrap that one up. I don't know if I want to do final comments on that.
We straight.
Is your girl alone too?
Yeah, she read it.
She read it.
I think she driving or something, so she can't do the video, but she got the question.
All right, gotcha. So we're gonna bring on Miss Brittany Love. If this is the same Brittany Love I went to school with, I think I know who this is.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we see your
Yes.
face.
Okay.
Definitely.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's
Yes,
happening?
it's me. How y'all doing?
Doing
Doing
well.
well.
How are you doing?
Good. So I am driving, so I am like not connected to any Wi-Fi. So like, bear with me. Y'all might lose me here and there, but I'm trying to, you know. Oh my God, these people on these fucking scooters. I'm gonna hit them. I'm gonna hit them. Oh my God.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Lord.
But Miss Love, if you will, please introduce yourself, where you're coming from, and I think you had a question for us, correct?
Yes. Okay, so Brittany Love coming to you live. I'm here. Hit nobody on a scooter or anything like that. Trying to get some.
Yeah, she going in and out.
Brittany Love in the mountains coming to you from.
She said she hit somebody with a scooter.
She said she hopes she don't.
Not to get
Yeah,
nobody
she
with a
probably
scooter.
downtown or something.
Can
Yeah.
y'all? Yes, I am. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
We hear
ma'am.
you
Yes.
now.
I'm gonna just try to get straight to the point. Like, okay. Okay. So I'm supposed to ask you guys a question, a scenario, and see how you guys would have handled the situation, type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it go?
However you wanted to roll. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do y'all want a backstory? Do you want just a scenario, just of how it happened in that moment?
Give us a backstory. Let me get all the information so we can make a good decision, a good choice.
Okay, so let me know when you I might go in and out. So okay, so was dating this guy, casually dating, getting to know each other, met them off a dating app. We went on dates, really was vibing, being vulnerable with each other. Okay, that's that. Um, so in one scenario, he said that he was going to cook for me, right? And he was going to come over and cook for me, bring the groceries and everything. So in this moment, he called me and I missed his call. He texted me, I missed his text. And the moment I eventually like get away from my phone, the moment I get away from my phone, this motherfucker is calling and texting me, and I missed it. Within those 5 minutes of me missing the text and the call saying that he was there, I called him right back, right? So when I answered the phone, within the 5 minutes of missing texts and calls, he said, I answered the phone. I said, hello. He said, yo, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I said, I paused and I said, well, that's not how he answered the phone, honey. And he's like, all right, bet. So I was like, this is so odd. Like, okay, like I see that I missed his call, but of course it's not intentional. I stepped away to the laundry room. So anyway, long story short, that became a thing. I was like, well, you being kind of impatient, you being kind of selfish. He's like, well, I'm being selfish. I came over here to cook for you. I'm at the door with a bag full of groceries because I gotta go get my guests. But typically they'll call me and let me be aware that they're there so I can prepare to get them from the door. Anyway, so he's annoyed, and I was like, well, I apologize, that was not my intent, but
Lost.
She went out.
She
I'm
went
so
out.
happy that you came, but if you don't come back, whatever. So I didn't say whatever, but I'm like, I hope you come back, So anyway, so that's that. So eventually, he apologized. He's like, I overreact. I don't really do all this for a chick, and I just felt like, I was being emotional. I didn't want to turn around. My pride wouldn't allow me to turn around, even though I was down the street. Long story short, he makes it up by taking me out to dinner. From that night of going out, he said that he wanted me to cook. I said, cool. This was on a Sunday. So I was like, cool, I'll cook for you on Thursday, right? So Wednesday comes. He said, we still on for tomorrow? I said, yes. Thursday comes. He said, we still on for later on today? I said, yes. Dinner will be ready at 8:30. So we talked during the afternoon. I'm at Sam's. I told him that I got some lamb, I got some lamb chops or whatever. Reiterating that dinner will be ready at 8:30. And so as we get closer to 8:30, of course I'm prepping for food, but this is neither here nor there. But of course I'm prepping for food because I said dinner will be ready at 8:30. So at 8 o'clock, I'm sorry. Let me rewind just a little bit. So when I was getting groceries, he was like, "Well, how many lamb chops did you get?" I was like, "8." I got 2 racks, but I felt like that was irrelevant. So cool, 8. So I'm trying to see whether that was going to be a determining factor, whether he came or not. By just saying we had 8, so 4 that was fair, even though I had more. You know. So anyway, so at 8:00 he was like, your bell is raining kind of hard. Do you still want me to come over, or do you want to take a rain check? And I was like, well, it's up to you. You're the one driving. He's like, yeah, okay, all right. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna come. I'm coming. So 10 minutes later, he said, you know, I'm on the way. And then shortly after, like maybe 10 minutes after that, he said, oh, I forgot the wine. I'll just come tomorrow. So he comes the next day, and he's looking around in the kitchen looking for the food. Of course, I ate it because, of course, I already prepared the food. I felt like.
Well, you ate all 8 of them? You ate all 8?
Oh, you gotta finish. Go ahead, Brady.
So this is just, first of all, I'm fucking pissed because why would you say at 8:00 do I want to take a fucking rain check when clearly I've been telling you, I've been reiterating the fuck that the dinner was gonna be ready at 8:30. So now I'm just pissed. I'm trying to keep it cool. So instead of going off, I just say stuff to you. Knowing damn well I'm gonna say, nigga, you know I fucking cooked. Are you fucking stupid? So didn't say that. So anyway. So
I ain't gonna lie, you was a little selfish.
So I'm almost done, y'all. So
be quiet, Jay.
I'm a little irritated. So he's like, oh, I forgot wine. Mind you, I had 2 bottles of wine. But I felt like if a nigga really wanted to come over, he would have came over and asked me if I had wine or if it was that important for me to have wine at dinner. Not to mention, I live across the street from Walmart. So I don't do the excuses. So I'm not gonna just try to beg a nigga to come for dinner, a home cooked dinner, lamb chops, mashed potatoes.
Can we get the cliff notes?
Yeah, you.
Okay, y'all stop. Brittany, what's your question? What? Are you there? Hello?
I think we lost it, man.
Yeah, Tyler Perry story, goddamn.
Hello?
You need to make that a play.
Brittany, what's your question? Go ahead.
Hello?
Because you keep going in and out. Go ahead. Hello?
Let's see.
One sentence. Make it one, one sentence.
Hello.
We hear you.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you now.
Y'all be quiet.
She dropped off the call. Somebody said find out next week on Dragon Ball Z. Man.
Oh,
hey, but if she ate all 8 pieces, that's kind of fucked up. You could say it in there a little something, man.
Stop.
No, man's trying to find out, man.
Yeah, that's why I was going.
Yeah, he trying to see what's up.
He's trying to find out. Something happened on that first date that he didn't like, and he's trying to find out.
Oh, it is, Brittany. What's up, Brittany? I thought that was.
Yeah, she pulled over.
Go ahead.
Somebody was calling. I'm sorry. So, of course, okay. I'm just giving you the little details now.
One sentence. Wrap it up.
Women do. Okay. So, okay, of course, I'm not gonna fucking beg anybody to come fucking get dinner. Like, you want to come or not? I don't need you to have a fucking excuse to fucking bail on me. If you've seen another bitch, tell me that. I don't give a fuck. Just don't have me fucking waiting or whatever. So the next day he comes over because he texted me like, do you want me to are we still on? I said, for what? He said for me to come over. He never said dinner. So I said, okay, sure. So he come over looking for fucking smelling for shit, looking for shit. Ain't shit popping over here. So he's like, where the food? I said, I ate it. So basically he was like, oh, what? I said, I cooked yesterday. I said dinner was going to be ready at 8:30. He's like, why you think I cooked? I said, how many times did I tell you dinner was going to be ready at 8:30? You don't think I would have, you don't think I would try to have dinner ready by the time that I said? You don't think I would already start prepping and cooking? I said, he's like, I thought you would have waited. I said, you thought I would have waited
Brittany.
to eat? What?
So let me ask me the question. I'm gonna ask you a quick question because I want to make sure we got all the details. So what's your question?
Okay, so the question is, So I ain't heard from this nigga. This was like 3 days before my birthday, and I ain't heard from this nigga since. Right? That was in March. So I want to know, was I in the wrong? This is because motherfuckers want to say, well, no, you was in the wrong. This nigga knew he that, you know, blase, blase. So am I in the wrong for not saying, well, I already cooked, knowing I've already reiterated that? I have handled the situation better, or am I not fucking? Am I not? I'm not tripping.
So let me ask you a question before y'all start. Was this y'all first time meeting?
No, I told you. No, this happened in March. We started like talking back in September, but we like not we're not exclusive or anything like that. You know, we just cool. We kick it.
Okay. Second question: was this his first time coming to your place?
No.
Okay.
I cooked for him before.
You've cooked for him before.
Yeah. And
Third question: have y'all had sex before?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we got all the specific information we need to make a decision.
I had to go get a bottle on that one.
And Rob, I feel like Rob will come with the most sense, so we're gonna come with you last.
I can't wait to hear this shit.
So first you aren't crazy.
Oh, okay.
The fact that he was asking you that many times if you were cooking should have been a red flag. It would have been a red flag to me, because you shouldn't have to chat with me that many times. From the opposite end, if I'm doing that, I'm trying to make sure that my schedule is lined up with other people that I'm seeing. I'm trying to line my schedule up. Second, you shouldn't have let him come back over. After he kind of, you know, flaked on you that night, honestly, unless y'all got something different, that's it. That should have been a wrap, because
no, man, that's makeup sex
the
time.
fact
What are you talking about?
The fact that you let him take over again means that he got to end somewhere, and so you kind of failed that test.
You said me what?
You shouldn't have let him come back over that next day. That should have been it. After he flaked on you, that should have been it. Like, you should have cut off all. And a lot of women do this. Like, you can go ahead.
Brittany, you were saying something?
This Jay Ward here. This something for Jay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jay Ward. Back in your pre-JSU days. Go ahead, Brittany.
We not Brittany.
Hello? So you said I shouldn't have let him come back the next day.
Nope.
Hello.
So did you really or genuinely have feelings for this guy? Did you see it going to?
Barely.
All right,
over, Brittany.
we gonna wrap it up. Hey, we'll holler at you.
Step outside the car or something.
Yeah.
Hey, he watching right now. It's like, oh, so you want to go public?
Well, Jay Ward, back in your, days.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
What does this mean? What does it mean?
It's too much. It's too much.
What does it mean?
Can you ask a specific question?
Why did he not really want to go over there that night?
What did he say?
He said what?
Come again?
Brittany,
what did he say? What did he say?
You say you need to get some better service.
She got that Jay Ward service.
Yeah, she got it.
Send a text to T on what he said.
Talking about Jay Ward, low key. Jay Ward didn't show up.
Yeah, out there talking on a goddamn goddamn can of some string.
I'm outdone, man.
Oh my god.
Okay, Swift. He said what?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay Ward.
I thought she chimed in. I'll give a general note. If somebody's in like a hurry or looks for the pettiest of reasons to not come back through, usually it's because he on his way out the door for whatever reason. Whether he see red flags or it's not worth his time. I know that sounds rude, but it's not really worth it. And he already got something else lined up. So if he only giving you like crackhead hours, then it's usually because of that right there. It's like if everything else falls through, then I'll swing through. But like he might have been driving to you, and that other girl was like, "Well, we go to Wingstop." So he was like, "Oh, well, let me blow her off real quick and head to Wingstop. Let me go on whip and go the other way."
This man said he wasn't coming because he didn't have wine.
Right, like he couldn't just stop and go and get the wine. It was just
like, wait.
Water at the house, like wine.
Yeah, and
hey, wait. I'm gonna be honest.
And it's like 8 o'clock.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and be real with Brittany. Brittany, if you listening, baby, definitely. First off, do a self-assessment on what you think you might have done. And if you feel that you didn't do anything wrong, you need to definitely, first off, look at, I think a lot of people were putting up those red flags while you didn't pay attention to them in the beginning. What caused you to look over them? When you're looking to date, you definitely gotta kind of know what you're looking for and what you will put up with. When he wasn't showing up in the beginning and missing dinner, if you knew that was something that was gonna frustrate you, you should have went on and nipped that in the bud, like Rob said. But you kept just being forgiving and saying stuff about it and accepting the bullshit. I'll tell you this: men only gonna do so much. What women tolerate them to do is just vice versa. Men gonna allow what a woman gonna do to him, vice versa. So if you allow this foolishness, man, he gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? You set that tone. You gotta really look at what you allow in that picture. You gotta definitely. All right, let's just say if you invited me somewhere and I shoot the bullshit the first time, show up an hour late, you invite me again somewhere on a date. I shoot the bullshit. You gonna invite me somewhere again the third time? Hell,
you not gonna get a second. What the hell?
Right. Shit happened the first time. Like shit could, you will let something go. But that third time is Brittany. You see it, let it be.
And I'm pretty sure it's not the first time there's been red flags too. You just been ignoring it.
And then let me ask you this: what made you choose to? And tell me if it's too much. I'm digging too deep. What made you choose to go on a dating app versus meet somebody platonically face to face and kind of getting to know that person?
Because she in Atlanta and all them niggas gay.
That's offensive, Brandon.
You have something against the LGBTQ communities, sir?
No, she's looking for a partner, a male, so she went to a straight dating app. And except, in comparison to going out in public, and he may be, because I've seen stories, I've heard my friends talk about the men in Atlanta, so let's not play stupid.
But there's stereotyping and buying into the stigma of what that's
or it's facts.
You gonna get me too, man. I'm trying to help you out. Okay, Brittany, are you with us?
You can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Brittany.
Yep.
Can I ask a super personal question? Oh, she disappeared.
I was gonna say when he asked her if she wanted to come, he still want him to come over. She should have just said yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about like when he called and he was like, "Hey, whoop the woo, I'm coming through." And then she was like, "Well, you can come if you want to." Now, if you really want the nigga to come, just say you want him to come. Don't send no mixed messages.
No. Hey, he been bullshitting the whole time.
No, this was the bullshit, though. This was before the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
They started talking in September. So, Miss Brittany, we finna pull back some layers real fast.
Do not move that phone. Do not move that phone from where it's at right now. What service you got? Do not move. Do not move. Yeah, you just hard head.
Yeah, that's her problem. She hard head. You told her not to move it.
Hey,
this topic is getting long, so let's
can y'all agree on this that you've had people on standby before?
Yeah, but Brittany, were y'all really in a monogamous relationship, or y'all was just cutting buddies and you was thinking it was gonna go somewhere?
No, I specifically said while I've been on here that we were not exclusive.
Oh well, yeah,
feel like it was a standby type situation.
So that's why I said if you kicking it with another bitch, let me know. Like I've said that. Like so, I'll just keep it 100. Like don't waste my time. So the reason I let him over the next time is kind of like you want to waste my time, nigga. I'm gonna waste yours too. And like either you're gonna apologize and it's gonna be over with, or you're gonna. And he was like, "Oh, I see the energy is not." I was perfectly fine. I was just telling him about himself. Like you didn't think I was gonna.
You wanted revenge, sweetheart. Your feelings was already hurt.
Hey, he was beating that back out one in Brittany.
Not really.
Well, you supposed to cut him off. If
you
that
bored. You were just bored.
You supposed to cut him off.
He's
you were just bored. You was bored.
He was not the only motherfucker I was talking to. Just like I'm sure I was the only motherfucker he was talking to. Like, let's be real. Like, okay,
I have a question for
you. Should have let this go and not even.
Hold on. Before
Why make it public?
Everybody quiet.
What make white public?
This should not even be a topic. If y'all weren't talking in March, he should not occupy any part of your mind. He should be in the past, moving forward.
I got you. But so I was talking about somebody else's situation, right? And then a friend of mine said, well, like, oh, he was whatever. So that just led me to refer to a situation that I had been in, which was this situation. That's why I brought it up. And he was part of that conversation. So he then said to, I feel free to come on the show just to give that scenario. I have moved on.
Okay. Go ahead, Jay.
When you say, never mind, go ahead. Never mind. I'm gonna let it go. Go ahead.
So let's wrap this up. One sentence, final answer. What would the brothers do? Would you continue talking to that person? Or would after the first film to come over? Or would you cut it short, move on, and find somebody else?
Quick. Yeah, you gotta go K camp in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no point. Ain't nothing there. And she already said it was subpar. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just waste your time trying to make a diamond out of coal and it can't be no diamond. It's a goddamn cubic zirconium or whatever.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Crow, what would you do? Real quick.
Hey, I'm chunking the deuces. I ain't got time for the bullshit.
Jay, I believe Jay will be a toxic ass nigga staying there. I'm sorry for cussing, mama. I believe Jay will be toxic as hell and stay in a relationship, but go ahead.
It's not a relationship. Because she just said they were talking, so I'm gonna ride it out. I'm gonna just be like, all right, bet. I'm gonna play all the games because it's they all of them.
Jay Ward trying to wiggle back in.
Straight up.
Hey, so I know a lot of people hate to feel like, they're the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh option. But I mean, the game is the game, man. Like if you out here playing this game, you're gonna hit a lot of L's before you get a W. So for me, like I can usually tell if somebody is playing me. If you smash somebody, for one, if I'm cooking and I'm cooking at my spot and I'm inviting you over and you flake on me, for me, that's gonna be the end. Unless the head or the ass is hidden, then I may slide you down a few rungs to like the 6th or 7th slot. No bullshit. I'm gonna slide you down a few rungs.
Well, like so you coming off the bench.
But I won't be as responsive to answering your messages. I won't be super friendly to you. I'll put you lower. The top options. But a lot of women get into this tit for tat thing with these dudes, man, and it never works in your favor because the dude is the one that's playing the game. You think you get back at him, but it's not working out like that. And I really wish, man, women would realize, like, when you think you're winning in the tit for tat game, you're only burning your own time. Like you're only burning.
I invited somebody else after he didn't show up, so I'm not losing no fucking.
Brittany,
Oh no. Real quick,
let me finish. So when you get to the tip for tat thing, you only burning your own time. And so, hey, if you invite somebody else over, hey,
it's just like
I kind of want to piggyback off what he was saying. Did you eat all 8 pieces of lamb? Yes or no?
Or did that other nigga eat the rest of the lamb?
Actually, he didn't want any food. He didn't want any. He had already.
I was about to say, if she would have cooked for another nigga, that's cold, bro.
So moving on. Wrapping up.
That's bad, man.
You be quiet. Moving on, wrapping up. Like Asia McCullough said, move on from that. It's plenty more faces to feed, both with Lamb and with. So, Brittany, I think you made the right decision. You're moving on. You cut them off. Keep it pushing. And that's the end of that. And you already had somebody else on standby, so.
And he had you on standby.
All women got a backup plan. Every last one of them, they all in the comments acting like they ain't got backup plan. All women got backup plans. Somebody on standby.
Game is the game.
It's dirty,
man.
Brittany, classmate.
Play or get played.
I want to say thank you for coming on. You have a great weekend. Be safe.
Work on your cliff notes. Work on your cliff notes, please.
Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, work on the cliff notes. If you come on again, let's get a shorter version next time.
Y'all got another detail.
More Verizon.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, Banner girl. So let's go on and wrap this up. It's been a long night.
Dear Brittany.
Final comments, fellas. Final comments for this evening. We're gonna start with T. Going all across.
Dads are very important, man. Shout out to the daddy bros, you know what I'm saying? Y'all boys been holding it down for real. And a lot of people don't see it, but you know, we see it because we talk all the time. We see y'all putting in that work and trying to change the narrative and stuff. So I just want to salute y'all for doing y'all thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just trying to be great parents. And I know we talked about different parenting styles. Whatever works for you and your kid, make it happen. You feel me? And as far as relationship, like what she was saying, just you know when somebody is wasting your time or BSing, man. You know what I'm saying? So just step back and look at it and move the F on.
No, D-Hub, we are not starting over. Good to see you, brother. Rob.
Shout out to my LB, man.
Hey, shout out to the pops, the dads out there, man. Black Fathers Matter. I know there's this whole campaign going on social media that's saying fathers aren't important. Fathers are important. If you look at a lot of these kids out here, you will see how important fathers are. Secondly, when you get into a tit for tat, you always lose. I don't care if you think you won or not. The game is the game. L's are L's. Game is filthy, man. Y'all stay safe out there. That's all I got to say.
I missed so much of her topic, so I kind of missed out on it because it was going in and out. I don't think you can beat something into a child or beat something out of a child. So I would just say manage your approaches because sometimes that works in reverse. When Crow was talking about his relationship with his son and he said he was disappointed, if you haven't shown a large amount of praise and love into that child, then it won't work for you to say I'm disappointed because they won't give a shit. So you got to make sure that you're showing all that love and stuff like that. I just want to mention Kimberly Ward. And Kimberly, if you're willing to come on the show, I have a very important question that I want to ask. So whenever you're available.
Nope.
Really? Brandon? No? Okay, never mind. Shut that down there. Boss, Master say no. So, Otis say no. So
Jay Ward, his daddy will talk to him. I got him.
You gonna get you done, Jay?
Yeah, man, I'm done. I can't take no more. I'm done, man.
Go ahead, bro.
I definitely want to give a shout out to my dad, my granddad, my great granddads, my brother, my uncles, The fellas that I definitely know who put it down, who instill things in me to be the better man that I am. Shout out to all the bros on here. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to the fellas that are watching the show who are the you like to call them. Also, let me see, man. Just if it's Father's Day, spend time with your kids. If you got a special dude or man or whoever it is, your dad, celebrate them. And when it comes to these relationships and stuff like that, whatever type of situationship it is, know what you're getting yourself into. Don't lie to yourself. Be truthful to yourself and what you're getting yourself into. And like Rob say, know the game that you're getting into because it can be dirty.
Portia, drop your address so I can pull up on you. We can fight. Go ahead. Get yourself together, E.
I'm trying. Like 10 minutes.
All right, so first, while E getting himself together, I want to say shout out to my boy Alex. I forgot his last name. He just got married, I think last weekend.
Oh yeah, Alpha Beta do get married, baby.
Ladies, if you don't want your lamb chops going to waste, get you an Alpha Beta man. I can tell y'all. If you don't want to eat all 8 of the lamb chops by yourself, get you an Alpha Beta man. That's all need to be said. We are marrying.
Then another Alpha Beta get engaged like this past week or something.
One got his doctorate too. Quasi.
Yeah, Quasi just graduated with his chiropractor doctoral degree.
Danielle just got engaged.
Yeah, that's what it was. Danielle got engaged. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was fake too. Don't feel bad. Then I found out he was for real. Yeah.
Danielle got engaged?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, it going down.
But yeah, Alpha Beta men are marrying the women that they eat lamb chops with. So that's all that needs to be said.
Cook me lamb chops and I'm coming to suck that off the bone. Girl, I'm washing them dishes. And I'm massaging your feet because you were standing up in the kitchen all day.
All right. And we're bringing the wine.
Right. In that bottle.
We're bringing the wine from our already cabinet of wine that we already have because people who drink wine have it already. So
right.
We coming with it.
He took the wine to the option number 1 house, but go ahead.
He was going to get some box wine.
All right, y'all go ahead. Go ahead.
Shut up, Rob.
So he gonna say is he said what he said. He said all that. He mean what he said. Go ahead.
Ooh, shit.
But if any ladies want to come on and ask,
not after that.
Hold on. If any ladies want to come on and ask the brothers a question, make sure you got good Wi-Fi.
I definitely will make that drive. I will make that drive.
Make sure you got good Wi-Fi. And I'm gonna block my mama too.
Oh man,
I forgot what I was saying. Make sure you got good
gotta
Wi-Fi.
put it into this, man. You gotta put it into
I'm about to fight somebody, shoot something.
Cause she get out of pocket.
Let me block my mama from coming in.
Bro.
Make sure you got good Wi-Fi. I got a good question, and it's cut down to a 3-minute scenario.
Oof.
Jay, don't tell me.
Like, Carly just eating it. Eating it.
Mama gotta have a life too.
All right, so we done for the night. Hopefully we see y'all next week. And that's it for the night because they about to get shot.
Rip, you don't got to give me nothing for Father's Day. Mama cook.
Crow is never coming back on the show.
I'm done, y'all. I'm done.
Crow never come back on the show. But y'all have a good evening. Y'all be safe.
Hey, follow us on Instagram, Brother Vent too.
Ooh, man.
Subscribe, like, comment, man.
Hmm.
Y'all be easy.
Yes, Mama is fine, definitely.